Hello, my name is Amber. Welcome back. Today I'm here to help you get woke, and I'm here to school you with education you never had in school but wish you did. First two things I want to go over are beauty hacks. One, if you don't have any nail glue, you can use crazy glue. They're about the same thing. Another one, this product right here, it's a silicone lubricant blaster spray. You find it in the automotive section at Walmart. Now, my advice for this is if you're a woman or anybody that wears wigs and you want to be able to brush them like your real hair and you're in a rush but you can't afford real hair, use the blaster spray in a very small amount. It will make it easy for you to brush your wig, but I would suggest you use it outside. It doesn't smell the best, and again, it's greasy. But it is an awesome life hack, and I use it on my Noriko wigs. Now on to the nitty gritty. If you're watching my channel, you are not a conspiracy theorist. You are a realist, a truth-speaking, spiritually awake person looking for the truth, or as close as you can come to the truth. Not the media truth, or should I say lies that you've been told from the main media. I'm going to blast you with some facts here. By the year 2000, 6 corporations had ownership of most of the media. That is 90% to be exact. You can Google this information. In 1983, 50 companies owned the media. This alone should be some sort of proof the elite have an agenda and people are programmed to be spiritually asleep. 70% of what you watch on cable, if you still have cable, it's owned by the Big Six. These 6 companies are General Electric, News Corp, Disney. There's no surprise there. I suggest you watch my video on Disney. It's not what you think. Viacom, Time Warner Cable, aka Spectrum, CBS News. 232 media executives control information to at least 277 million Americans. News Corp owns the top newspaper on 3 continents. This consists of the Wall Street Journal, the Sun, and the Australian. Clear Channel owns 1,200 radio stations. This is why you hear the same kind of hits from each decade genre of music. These events came about because the FCC was deregulated and there were orgies of mergers that happened. I know orgies of mergers sounds like a XXX film, so in essence, our media is being controlled by gatekeepers for the elite. They can tell us anything they want us to know and believe. Aw, shucks. I was taught in history class that monopolies no longer exist. But then again, white-collar criminals always find a way around the law. I have to admit, the orgies of mergers are quite brilliant, aren't they? Many other companies took off their clothes and got under the sheets with the Big Six companies. Now you know, don't be deceived. 15 billionaires own America's media companies. You would think more than 15 would own all these media outlets, but no. Jeff Bezos, the Amazon guy, even has his hand in ownership of the media outlets. Could this be tied into the hype of the virus? I can't say for sure. Ex-mayor of New York City, Michael Bloomberg, owns a lot of the media. Rupert Murdoch, former CEO of 21st Century Fox, along with his family, they control 120 newspapers across 5 countries. That is some serious map building right there. This includes the Wall Street Journal. Donald Newhouse and his brother Samuel Newhouse own a privately held media company that controls newspapers, magazines, cable TV, and other entertainment outlets. Advance owns newspapers in 25 cities and towns. which doesn't seem too bad until I tell you this includes Wired, Vanity Fair, The New Yorker, and Vogue. The list goes on, blah, 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 yakety smackety. Most of the lists of billionaire families own the media. Can you say nepotism? The definition of nepotism is the practice among those with power or influence, favoring relatives or friends, especially by giving them jobs. That is why many highly wealthy people keep the wealth all in the family. So it's harder for us regular people to obtain vast wealth and power. The system is and was set up for us regular people to lose or scrape by on scraps until the Great Awakening began. This is a game changer. The Great Awakening refers to us regular people spiritually waking up to their divine power and knowledge that has been hidden from us. So guess what? You are not regular. You are not ordinary. You are extraordinary. I am a fan of George Carlin, the comedian. He's dead now, but I loved watching him when I was a kid. You know, I probably shouldn't have been watching him. I want to talk about the NASSholes, aka NASA. More specifically, our trips to the moon. The United States Apollo 11 was the first crew mission to land on the moon, and they landed July 20th, 1969. There were 6 other U.S. tang-guzzling crew landings between 1969 and 72. But then they stopped. Or were there? In case you didn't know, Stanley Kubrick was an American filmmaker. He died at the age of 70 after completing his 13th and final feature film, Eyes Wide Shut. Then he died. People said he was secretly killed for exposing elite activity in the movie. But I think something else played a role in his passing. Eyes Wide Shut was his 13th film, and he knew the elite loved numbers 13 and 33. Did you know he had more films without credit? He supposedly died in his sleep from a heart attack. After all, he was 70 years old. I am mentioning Kubrick because he did a video interview before his death in his sleep. Thanks to the YouTuber and fellow truth seeker, New Earth Productions, I got to watch this video, or should I say confessional. In the video, Kubrick looks old, unkempt, physically wore down. He even looked guilt-ridden, if guilt has a look. He said man never walked on the moon. Kubrick made an uncredited film back in 1969. It was the moon landing. Kubrick admitted he filmed this. This film involved him, NASA, and our government. Kubrick said the conspiracy theorists were right. We never landed on the moon. Kubrick confessed because he thought it was important that people know the truth. He said it was a massive fraud. He said people are already suspicious of the government and people should have their suspicions confirmed. He said his deal was Faustian. In case you didn't know, we live in a collective consciousness. What this means is not only does your thoughts create reality, but the thoughts of everyone together create our reality. So the suppression of knowledge by the elite keep us in the reality they want us to be in. David Icke speaks extensively on this matter. The elite are losing control of being able to control our frequency. If we are not in the fear frequency, we can experience the truth and have conscious awareness for our environment. Just so you know, fear is the lowest frequency and love is the highest frequency vibration. I did a video about frequency that involved Nikola Tesla. You might want to watch it. You can access information from the moon and sun, in case you are not aware of this yet. We have been genetically altered to be in a certain frequency range But the people that are spiritually waking up are breaking through this range, and they're accessing suppressed information, according to David Icke. And yes, I take notes. The moon linked to a frequency that is controlling our reptilian brains, the part of our thinking is like animal urges and stuff. This is why we only use about 10% of our brain capacity. This is why we stay in the fear frequency, the fight or flight stress mode of worry. Since the sun also gives frequency vibrations, this is why the elite don't want you to go outside in the sun or even be looking at the sun. It's not to protect you from skin cancer. They don't want you to access your true ability. They want to keep you in worker-slave mode. If they were really worried about you getting skin cancer, why are they injecting us with poison, feeding us chemicals in our food and water? The Great Awakening will expose all of the lies we have been told. When I was first starting to wake up, the moon landing was one of the first big things that I started to question. I would never have dreamt that I would ever have the courage to speak my mind about it. The moon causes us to react without thinking if we are in fear mode and are always in reaction mode. This mode is not always bad. It does keep us alive, but it helps to make us physically sick from the constant stress. It blocks our true potential and power. Buzz Aldrin admitted that we did not go to the moon. So to sum things up, people, we never, let me repeat, we never landed on the moon. No, not once. Welcome to your first sci-fi scam. Side note, did you know the Twin Towers fell 33 years after they were built? But you might be thinking I'm BSing you. The number 33 is a Freemason satanic number, but that might be a video for another time. Our Creator, Source, Consciousness, God, whatever you want to call our divine Creator, has revealed this information to me about the fake news and the moon landing. And I'm passing this information on to you. All the lies that we have been told is conditioning. It's a form of brainwashing. God wants you to be aware and to know the truth. Incidentally, NASA claims to have lost the technology to land on the moon. This is why we have never been back to the moon. This was stated from a NASA employee named Don Petit or Pettit, P-E-T-T-I-T. My BS meter, it's dinging, is yours. It should be. If we have never been to the moon in the first place, this is why we can't go back. This begs the next question. Do we live in a dome? The Bible talks about a firmament, F-I-R-M-A-M-E-N-T. The firmament is heaven. We can't go past the firmament because we live in a dome, aka the flat earth, if you didn't know. Could the Christians have it right? Since the firmament is heaven, don't we have to die or be in spiritual form to get there? I'm asking you questions. I'm getting you thinking. According to NASA, the layer before the firmament has radiation, which is called the Van Allen radiation belt. You really think the astronaut spirit Halloween-looking costumes can withhold that much radiation? I'm sorry. This is the funniest part of the whole video. I'm making a joke, but I'm being serious at the same time. The moon is also in this radiation belt. So again, we have not been to the moon. Do not be deceived. Our current civilization is not the most advanced civilization to ever exist. We are morons. Let me repeat, morons compared to past civilizations. Of course, history has lied to us about that too. Ancient Egypt probably had electricity. Have you seen the movie Scanners? Pow! The head exploding thing. Disney, NASA, our government, they're all connected. Pow! Head exploding again. Can you see the pattern, people? The Apollo 11 rocket is shaped like a penis. I know I am not the only person that has noticed this. The Baphomet has a penis. NASA's logo looks like a snake tongue. The devil is portrayed as a serpent or a snake. The devil is a liar. NASA is telling you in plain sight what they are. They are liars. So I told my children about the fake moon landing. I am helping to homeschool them because of the virus. They said they were mad because they were lied to. I didn't figure out this information till my late 30s. My children are 10 and under and have been blessed with the truth. Just think how much of a game changer this awakening is going to be for the youth being deprogrammed from this matrix. They are young and full of energy. This is limitless potential for the future generations, and this is something to get very excited about.